You're tuned into Inside Lowell. Inside Lowell podcast brought to you in part by Washington Savings Bank, serving the greater Lowell community for over 130 years. Make the switch now to Washington Savings Bank.
WellPoint. Unicare is now WellPoint. New name, same commitment to Massachusetts. At WellPoint, your whole health is their whole point.
Boston North Company, offering a wide variety of business solutions to help restaurant and retail clients save money. Boston North. Mahoney Oil Company, providing warmth and protection to families in Greater Lowell and Southern New Hampshire since 1925. That's Mahoney Oil. Francis E. Preventia Insurance. For auto, home, business, and life, trust the agency Greater Lowell has counted on for more than 40 years. Francis E. Preventia Insurance. GoPuff, a grocery store right at your fingertips. Use the code Lowell20 to receive $20 off your first order of $21, plus free delivery. Download the GoPuff app or visit gopuff.com today. And by the Massachusetts Pirates, bringing all the hard-hitting action and excitement of arena football to the Tsonga Center in Lowell. Get your tickets today by visiting masspirates.football.com. And now, time for another Inside Lowell podcast. Inside Lowell. If Lowell is your home, this is your place.
Welcome to the Grapefully Yours Wine Podcast. This show is coming to you, the Inside Lowell Podcast is coming to you from WellPoint Studios. Unicare is now WellPoint. New name, same commitment to Massachusetts. At WellPoint, your whole health is their point. Did I do that right? Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm Jim Campanini, your co-host, with Mike Pigeon,
Good
the
morning.
wine butler. How you doing, Mike?
Very well, thank you.
We have Teddy Panos, the producer, and the owner of InsideLowell.com. How you doing, Teddy?
Fantastic. How are you?
Good. I just want to give the Athenian Corner, which Teddy and his family run and own, a big plug. We went for the martini tasting and dinner, and we had a great time.
I thought it was just going to be, making the martinis, but the food, that it reminds you, if you haven't been there in a long time, well, this is quality food, and that was so enjoyable to go.
Yeah.
And he even kicked in a couple of Manhattans there, too.
Ooh. I'll tell you, Teddy knows his spirits.
Yeah, there you go.
Teddy knows his spirits. Very professional, competent.
Great time.
Bartender, and he gives you the story, the history. That was so important about the first martinis, where they came from, the Manhattans, the Rob Roys.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten all about that. And the women, when they're happy, my wife was happy, your wife was happy.
Mary Lee loves her Cosmopolitans. I've never had one all my life. To me, it's a woman's repeat, but oh my God, was that good?
Yeah.
Oh, was that good?
The food was excellent.
Yeah.
So if you like martinis and spirits, because Teddy can do anything for you, you should get in touch with him and plan a little group of friends, a little martini afternoon. I had been at a charity event for the tasting at the Athenian Corner, and I was glad that I did.
Yeah,
I'm glad that I won, because that was a very, very nice afternoon.
Judy and I were glad you invited us.
Yeah, and I saw
you fitted the bill, and that was
did you
great.
drive or I drive? I didn't.
I drove. I
because,
wanted you to enjoy the
Yeah,
day.
because I had a little trouble getting up the curbstone.
No, you were great. You were great.
But it was great. Okay, well, we're back to wine, though, now.
Back to wine from Tuscany, from Tuscan wines.
Well, yes, these are from the San Felice Estates Winery, which is in Tuscany. Okay, the Chianti Classical Zone. They own three properties. One in Montalcino, where they make the Brunello di Montalcino. Now their flagship label is Campo Giovanni Brunello di Montalcino, which we've had. I've got a little collection of that at the house. Very, very good. Then they've got the other estate for just Chianti Classico. And then they have an estate in Bulgari, the Maremma coast. That's western Tuscany, where they do a lot of the international of vines, and grapes. And that's where Bel Aja, one of my favorite Pelagea comes from Bulgari Superiore. This is 15.5%. It's 100% Merlot, Italian Merlot.
100%?
100%, yeah.
So it's a Merlot.
It's a Merlot. Yeah, so if you think...
How did they ever get 14%? How much? 15%?
15%,
That's
yeah.
a lot to get out of a Merlot. They must have really...
15% by volume. So and yet it's so smooth, okay? This is the 2020. So I tried this. I got this from a representative. It was very, very good. Very smooth, silky and stuff. And boy, the only thing, it costs like $70 a bottle. Okay, very, very limited production. They only do about 5,000 bottles. So, but the San Felipe estate is really interesting, Mike, because they've had some ups and downs during the years, some family changes and stuff. But they've been since around the turn of the century, they've been really big into innovation and experimentation. And one of the grapes we're going to focus on today is an ancient grape, Pugnitello. Pugnitello. In Italian, Pugnitello means little fist, and that it got its name because the cluster of grapes looked like a fist on the vine, a tight fist, you know. And this grape was headed for extinction. And the people who owned San Felice at the time, this is about 1990, 1995, they saw these little vines growing, but they weren't there. It wasn't Sangiovese, which they were expert in for all the Chianti Classico and everything else. So they said, "What the heck is this vine?" So they uncovered it. They went to several universities. They got a great University of Pisa there that has entomological studies. They determined it was an ancient grape, Pugnitello, and they were the first and only winery to do a 20-year study to rediscover and resurrect this grape. They got the grafts from those original vines, gave them to the university, and then they started planting their own. So Pugnitello originally, over those 20-year periods, they use it as a blending grape, just to see how it was, because it was a little too harsh at the time and stuff. And then as they developed and made it better, they says, you know what? We're going to make 100% Pugnitello. That got better. So what we have now, this is the Super Tuscan they produce, Vigorello. We've tasted this before. This is the 2015. And Vigorello has a history because it was really the first Super Tuscan, 1968. It was the first Sangiovese-based wine in Italy that incorporated international varieties. You can read about Sassicaia, Tignanello. No, Vigorello was the first one, 1968. It beat them by a couple of years, okay? It was the first one produced, came on the market. Now today, Vigorello has changed through the years or evolved. So today, this 2015 is 35% Pugnitello, 30% Merlot, 30% Cabernet Sauvignon, and 5% Petit Verdot. So you can see the French Bordeaux varietals with the Pugnitello, rather than like Tignanello, Sangiovese with the they do in the Super Tuscans with the international grapes. So this is an indigenous grape variety, blended with the Bordeaux grapes. So I want you to taste this first. We're going to taste this first because this is the blend. Then we're going to try the 100% Pugnitello that's been resurrected, and that's the 2020. Okay, you up for that?
Yeah.
Any questions?
So this can't be planted over many hectares. I mean, it's a local grape that's kind of just limited.
Good question. Yes, they've got about they have over 500 to 600 acres over their 3 properties. But no, they only produce 7,000 bottles of this Pugnitello.
It's got to be low. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They produce 1 million bottles of Chianti Classico. They've got a range of them. one of them we've tried here, the San Felice Chianti Classico, a great buy, $19 a bottle. 𝒐𝒔 Wine, a reserve, only $19 a bottle. Gets about 89, 88 points, but it's an excellent Chianti. Okay. And then they've got the other Chiantis that going up the line, better. But the highest price is like $35, $40. Okay, but that one we tried on this show, the San Felice, very, very good for $19 a bottle. So they produce 80,000 bottles of Brunello di Montalcino. Okay, most of it under the Campo Giovanni label, and then they have 40,000 bottles of Rosso di Montalcino, the baby Brunello, as they say it. Okay, and then all the rest, they put out 16 labels. All the rest are all indigenous, like native varietal grapes. Pugnitello, 7,000 bottles. So they're being very exacting with it. And it's an IGT wine. There's no classification for Pugnitello. It's so rare, okay? And there's so few producers. It doesn't even have its, it doesn't even have its own designation, DOC or DOCG. So they have to do it under the IGT classification, which is the broad, label. But who knows? Maybe years ahead. Although Sassicaia is an IGT wine, right?
Well, for that to grow, people are going to have to start planting the vines, or more vines, because they've only got that limited number. They can only put out so many bottles.
And I think we'll see if it gets more popular.
If it gets more popular,
it costs because it's a rare wine and a limited volume. The suggested retail price from the winery is $45. Okay, which is. That's a high price, but we're going to taste it, see if it's worth it. And this Vigorello is super Tuscan. I mean, this is. You look at the history of this wine. I mean, it's a great wine, and it's in that $40 range. And compared to some super Tuscans, it could cost you hundreds of dollars. I mean,
it's
pretty damn good for $40. So let's try the blend first.
Yeah, try the blend.
And this being Patriots Day, it is Patriots Day. We're gonna pour a little extra in the glass, because we don't have to do anything today. So, give that a good swirl and.
That's nice.
Wow,
that's beautiful.
Beautiful. Aromatic violets and black cherry. Oh, it's like you're in the blackberry bushes.
Yeah, in the bramble, into the bramble.
Into the bramble. That's a 15.
Smooth, very nice. Not dry. Very
nice. But nice. That blue
comforting.
And black fruit.
Comforting. Very nice.
This could put me to sleep in the sunshine,
Even at 10 in the morning, it's comforting and nice, yeah.
So that's a blend. Pugnitello, Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Petit Verdot. Boy, that Merlot, though, it just makes it silky, doesn't it? That when they put a good Merlot in there. And I wouldn't be surprised if this Merlot is from the Bulgari, where they do that.
That's nice.
Belagia, But what a smooth taste. And you can tell, I mean, it's still got a nice dark color, 9 years old, still going strong. I don't see any bricking. It still get that nice purple garnet.
Very purplish, yeah. Not brownish, just purplish red, yeah.
Very nice. Crimson highlights in there. One thing about a good... now see, I don't know what the...
Black cherry.
And I don't know what 100% Pugnitello grape, because I can't tell what influence it has on here, because I've never tasted it before. So this is going to be good for both of us.
Yeah.
But I tell you, the secondary flavors there. It's got that little tobacco leaf. There's almost like you're right, the bramble, the rural. It's got a forest.
Earthy. It's nice, yeah.
And the tannins are silky, but it's got that nice dry finish, Something you want with the pasta, with the meat, the ragu, the osso buco. Oh, beautiful. I'm not going to waste this, Mike. Here, so don't rush. Don't rush me. I'm not going to waste this.
It's nice.
Yeah, so it's just smooth on your tongue. Okay, I'll let it go.
We do have good wines on the show.
Well, I want to thank my the distributors who send me these wines. I mean, they're expensive and yeah. Why keep well, let's taste them. But when I wanted to see the comparison, and then I'm not going to spoil it yet. But why we're really drinking this Pugnitello is because I read a little article about it by Antonio Galloni. He's the owner of Venus Media. We went to see Antonio Galloni. Remember at the City Winery?
Down two doors down. Yeah.
He did the that seminar on the wines from Montecucco, the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano.
That's
right?
my favorite. Yeah.
So he did that, and we had photos taken with him and stuff. But he wrote a very, very complimentary article about San Felice Winery and how they're getting more and more consistent all the way through their lines. So they've made some good changes. He was happy with that. Okay, let's try this Pugnitello now. Okay, the ancient grape that has been resurrected. Now, what do they get? This is what does that look like to you on the? That's a
It
grape.
looks like a dragonfly
on a
carrying a
grape.
grape. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't break the skin of the grape. Then there's a problem.
Oh, hope not. So this is the 100% Pugnitello, okay? We're going to see what only 7,000 bottles, not cases, bottles produced. All right?
See, you always put more wine in your glass than you do mine, and you're
Oh, my
and you're
God.
the one that's driving.
But that's why you're left-handed. Your wine, you
that's
can
true.
reach that anytime you want, I mean, so, intense, but a little more. It's not. It doesn't smell as
No,
smooth or silky.
I like the
And
other.
it's a young wine.
Yeah.
It's 2020. Still got to open up a little, I think, but.
Now, was this the one that's made completely out of that grape?
Mm.
Completely.
Mm.
Little different grape. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what's on the. I don't know what's on the back of my tongue there now.
Well, I can tell you one thing. It's
I'm
more tannic.
Mm.
It's got to get.
Age a little more. Yeah.
Well, when I looked at my notes on it, this has got a ageability from 15 to 20 years. So this is still a young wine, but it's got all the. It's got the foundation of a real strong, intense fruit. It still has that.
Something I don't think I've tasted before.
It grows on you.
Well,
It's got
it grows on. You have your curiosity going about what am I tasting. It's hard to. I don't. I can't really go. Get it.
but it is. I think this is. Let me see. Let me see what the. Now Antonio Galloni, he did a review on this wine, the 2020. He actually gave this wine 94 points, Mike. Okay. So I'm gonna look it up on my phone here. See what he's. You're smacking your lips.
Well, I'm trying to see what I'm drinking. I know it's
Well,
wine,
what
but
flavors are you detecting? What flavors are you detecting from that right now?
I just can't. I can't.
Well, it is black. It's more black than red fruit. That's for sure. There's more black fruit than red fruit in there, and it's those secondary flavors I can't. They're trying to come through, but it's still a young wine. Okay, here's the 2020 review, which this is the 2020 from Antonio Galloni. Okay, tasting note. The 2020 Pugnitello is a gorgeous wine that shows how compelling this indigenous variety can be. Dark and intensely savory, the 2020 exudes balance from start to finish. Dried herbs, graphite, leather, cloves, and black fruit all build as this potent yet silky Tuscan red struts its stuff. Superb. Drinking window 2024 to 2034. And then the producer comment. I was very impressed with the wines I tasted from San Felice. The estate has had some ups and downs in recent years, but this lineup has quite a bit to offer. So,
up and downs in recent years, that means they haven't been consistent in the... I can taste the graphite, but other than that, I really can't taste a fruit that stands out, a berry that stands out, or
the black fruit is there. It's like an undercurrent in there, but I think the wine is only going to get better.
I find it's interesting. I'm probably just unfamiliar with it. And,
but compared to the blend, you like the blend better.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, there's more going on in there now.
I've always been.
I think this Pugnitello in 3 or 4 years, we gave it a 95. So it's still young. He said 2024. It's just the beginning of the drinking period.
He gave it a 90.
Gave it 94 points.
94.
94.
Did he?
That's a classic score.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
I mean, I like it. I would drink it. I mean, it would go good with the meats, lambs. I think. Ossobuco grilled steak. I mean, I think that would go good with a steak. You know?
Yeah, but if I had to choose between that and maybe a different wine, I'd go with a different wine.
Okay.
But it's what's the alcohol content in that? That's what I'm left with after I sip it. It's just the strong. It's got to be like 14, I would think, that one. Yeah.
13.5.
Yeah, well, that's normal. I just
Well, I think it's got some. Some way to go here. I think it's. I think it could evolve into a real good wine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's all.
So I'm not going to let you take that one home.
No, you take that home, and
I'll take.
you can have it. But,
I'll take it home.
Not that it's not agreeable. It's just
no. But I think all wines, are not going to.
They have their own personality and identity, and that's a little different identities than the others we've had.
Yeah. And but it is interesting, just like we had that. Lacrima Christi, Piedroso. Nobody talks about a Piedroso grape. It only grows around the, in the lava and the volcanic slopes of Mount Vesuvius. That's what gives it its, its power, its personality. And so Pugnitello, a grape that was rediscovered in the hills around Chianti Classico zone. Interesting. You got to give the San Felice people, the credit for doing the studies on the grape, putting investment into it, but we'll have to watch. We'll have to watch that. But the 2020 is probably one of their better versions, and that will probably evolve into a much better wine. So
it's got a small distribution, and it'd be interesting to see if they had more bottles and what more people would think about it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I mean,
I don't know how far it'll go if they plant more vines or get it. I don't know.
Right. Now the other thing about San Felice, they have a beautiful 5-star Michelin resort in the Borgo. The Borgo is a nice little region right there in just below Florence, okay, where they have their hotel. It's a spectacular place. You could stay there, walk the vineyards, nice food and stuff. because the hills of Tuscany and the valleys and the views are so beautiful. So you can go there, try all their wines, Mike. You know,
That'd be next
stay
course,
there.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and then you can go to the you know, they got the bathhouses there, and
Oh.
you'd enjoy that, I
Yeah.
imagine. You know,
Take a steam.
take a steam. So anyway, all right. So
Yeah.
so that's our discussion for the day. San Felice. Now, like we said, these wines, the Vigorello, I've seen that in stores. I've seen it in New Hampshire, up in New Hampshire. If you're interested in the blend, which is very, very good, Super Tuscan, around 40, 45. Wait till it goes on sale. You should pick up a bottle. It'll be great for celebrations. Like I said, pasta dishes, veal, meats. The Bellagio, that's when you're going to have to hunt down 100% Merlot. Fascinating from the Maremma coast, and it's really choice. I think you'd enjoy it. Silky smooth and tasty. This one, Pugnitello, well, I think you're gonna have to go to Italy for it. You know, unless Italy, maybe you can order it through, you know, your favorite you know, wine shop if they have a good Italian section. I've got to talk to David Mayone. I don't think, like I said, it's a limited quantity, only 7,000 bottles. But if you ever see it, you might want to try it or stash one away.
Well, 7,000 bottles, that's not many at all when you think how many of those are imported.
Yeah,
I mean, probably very few.
very
We
few.
might have, you know, only 1,000 bottles over here.
I imagine that one stays home.
Yeah,
that one stays
yeah,
home.
yeah.
And the Italians probably appreciate the native qualities of it and stuff. So, but if you want to introduce yourself to the San Felice Winery, go right up to you know, any store that go into the Chianti Classico section and look at their San Felice Chianti Classico Reserva. I mean, they've got the $26 version that was on the Wine Spectator's top 100 list. I think it was number 6. So it made the top 10. It cost $26 a bottle. And then you've got the one tier down, you've got the one that we tried on the show. It was $19. I mean, it was fabulous.
Really good.
So, and those are Chianti. So if you like Chianti, you know, try those out. And then maybe you go right up the step ladder if you like it. But those are great reds for drinking, having friends over, pizza, you know, and anything simple pasta dish, right?
Right. Yep. Good wines.
Any closing thoughts?
No, another adventure. That's a couple I like. Yeah. That's good. No.
Good. Okay. Well, until next week. When we still have to do our little study on the, I've been tracking some Sauvignon Blanc because it's amazing how that wine is
Expanding its
it's
growth.
expanding its growth, and it is a big trend there. But they're doing things stylistically now at Sauvignon Blanc. It used to be a very, you know, high acidic wine, but they're like adding more texture to it, even giving it a little oak. So that's interesting. So we'll track some good examples of that, and maybe we'll do a show in the near future on that. So
All right.
until next time,
Hopefully there'll be a next time.
may the wine be with you. Be more optimistic than Mike, please.